Hi everyone. So, excuse me, I'm finally doing a review on The Iron Daughter by Julie Kagawa, which I will get into in a sec. This is probably going to be a two-part video. Excuse me. First up, I should say, I'm wearing my Gryffindor scarf here today because if you're a fan of John and Hank Green, if you classify yourself as a Nerdfighter, you'll know that one of the most prominent members of the Nerdfighter community, Esther, passed away earlier this week, and she was a major Harry Potter fan and a member of Gryffindor, so I thought I'd wear my scarf. And also I'm going to sit in front of my other bookshelf, which has all my Harry Potter stuff down here, so yeah, this is for you, Esther. And yeah, I guess I'll get into my review for The Iron Daughter now. All up, I gave this book 3.5 stars out of 5, I'd say. If you've read my review on Goodreads, which I'll put in the link below, I only really gave it a 3, but to be more generous, I think it deserves a 3.5. I did enjoy it, I should say. It was an enjoyable read. The first book in the series, The Iron King, I gave 4 stars out of 5, if I recall correctly. And I enjoyed that as well. They're not books that I would classify as brilliant by any means, but I mean they're easy reads, and you know, they hold my interest. The two of them have. So I guess I'll start with the things I didn't like so much, and they're more so encompassing what I don't like about the series as a whole, I guess, as opposed to just this particular book. It's hard when you're reading a series and you don't like the protagonists, and you don't care at all for the central love story in that. I should say that was really the case for me reading the Twilight Saga, because I hated Bella, and I hated Edward, and I didn't give a flying flip about their relationship, and it's really very much the same for this series. I don't care for Megan. I think she's really quite daft. Some of the decisions she makes are ridiculous, and her reasoning behind things, I don't know, her actions when she bothers to act and actually get involved in what's going on, as opposed to just standing back and being this passive figure, just driving me nuts, but I'll get onto that later. I don't care for her at all, and Ash is boring as hell. I mean, I thought Edward was dull, but these stoic hero figures just drive me insane. There's nothing romantic about them at all, and for all their passion behind an icy exterior, it doesn't do a thing for me. God, it's so boring. So yeah, their romance just feels really trite and superficial and dull to me. There's nothing intriguing about it. I just don't care what they're doing, how they're feeling, or where they're going. So, and considering that's even more so prominent in this novel, so I just found for the good first quarter of the book, I was just bored, wanting them to stop talking about their feelings, because nothing was happening, and they were running in circles with it. It's driving me insane. So that's my main thing. I don't like Megan, I don't like Ash, I don't like their relationship, and I don't like Megan's narration, because I don't like being stuck in her stupid head. Ugh, okay, so the things that I do like about it, however, are the supporting characters, which is one of the reasons I enjoyed the first one. I love Grimalkin. He's an awesome cat. I'm a huge cat lover, but I think he's brilliant. I love his sarcastic comments and how disinterested he is in everything. The fact that he'll just walk away in the middle of a big action sequence when the characters need him the most. He'll just leave, then he'll rock back up when he wants to. He's great. And Puck. I'm a huge Puck fan. I'm not necessarily a Puck and Megan shipper, I should say, because I think Puck could do better, because I like him too much, and I think that his attentions on Megan are really bittersweet and you know, endearing, but I think he's wasting his time. So, but I do like Puck a lot, and I actually bookmarked, dog-eared the page where he makes a Python reference, because he says it's only a flesh wound, and if you know Monty Python and the Holy Grail, you'll know that's Brilliant. Thank you for doing that, Julie Kagawa. And I also love Iron Horse. I really liked him in the first novel. I thought for a villain he was, I don't know, just really, there was something really sweet about him. The fact that he was yelling every single piece of dialogue he had, and the fact that he was very formal and polite for someone who was, you know, looking to kill you. And then of course if you've read the second book, you'll know that his character becomes much more sympathetic, and he's right there in the action helping out all our central characters in this one, and his story arc is really, really fantastic. So yeah, for Grimalkin, Puck and Iron Horse, I will see this series through to the end. They make me want to come back and read it. And also the Iron Fae, the concept of the Iron Fae is a really interesting idea, and I really like her take on them. I wish they'd been more prominent in this particular book, and to be fair, they only really came an active presence in the latter half of the first one as well. So I'm hoping there's a huge showdown with the Iron Fae right in the centre of it in the next one, because we sort of got to see the two opposing courts in this one that we're very used to, the Summer Court and the Winter Court, fighting it off for a little bit, which is always good to see, but it's something that's present in most Fae novels because it's so central to the mythology. So this new idea of the Iron Fae, which is such a contradiction because they are allergic to iron, it's just a really great concept. So I like it, and I hope it keeps going strong in the final book. So yeah, I do recommend this. So many people adore it, really adore it. Book vloggers everywhere are talking about how much they love it. So give it a read, especially if you love your Fae novels. You may not hate the two lead characters as much as I do. I don't know why, they just drove me nuts. I wanted to reach in and physically punch Megan's face. Oh, but you know, it could just be me. So give it a read, and I think it'll be a worthwhile series. In the end, I'll be happy to have it on my shelves. So yeah, The Iron Daughter by Julie Kagawa. I should also say, I know this week in book vlogger world everyone's going to be focusing on Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins, the final book in the Hunger Games trilogy. And if you'll look, you can't really see them, but I do have the Hunger Games and Catching Fire on my bookshelf up here. I haven't read them. I'm naughty, my friend's very upset with me for not having read these books, but I'm perfectly interested in picking them up. I just haven't, I read by mood, so I haven't been in the right mood to read them yet. But I will, and I'm sure I'll like them enough to go out and get Mockingjay, so yeah, YA fans don't despair, I am going to read them. And I'll review them too, if you want. Yeah, so